Mini Matters, a miniature painting podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to episode 6. It is myself, Jamie Hupper, Lionel Lasselas, and Martin Peterson.
I'm now Lionel.
No, I said now.
You didn't. You definitely didn't.
Lionel Lazaro.
Lionel Lazaro.
That's quite good. You guys have got married. I
Lionel
didn't realise.
Lazarus are now. Yeah.
I feel like this is him missing Lionel. Like he has a bit of a trauma.
Subconscious.
Or
He's
or
projecting.
there's never been a Lionel, and that's just your nickname.
It's Fight Club vibes.
Are now Lionel Johnson Lazaro.
Lionel Johnson. What was I thinking the other day? How good it is that we haven't repeated an intro. Do you remember with our... fuck's sake. Do you remember with our now? No, Lionel. Do you remember when we had Lionel? Do you remember when we started and how many retakes we'd have to do on an intro? Like, we'd have to do...
Yeah, sometimes it was like 4 or 5 or more.
Just because I think I cared back then. I thought we had listeners and like some sort of obligation to deliver good content. And now I've just firmly realized.
And now you know better.
Yeah.
But it's not like we never had good content, so it's not like...
Yeah, but once in a blue moon. That is a plaster that my daughter put on me. And she whispered as she put it on, because she put it on my hair. She said, "You'll never get that off without hurting." And then she ran away. I was like, right, yeah, thanks, darling. You cold-hearted. So we do actually have an action-packed episode. We've obviously got a meat of it, obviously. But we are going back to our...
Aren't you going to talk about our new sound?
No, I wanted other people. I wanted us to not, and then them to... Do you know what I mean? It's like you get a haircut and you don't want to mention it. You don't... I don't want to make it obvious because then they'll go, "Oh yeah, that's true." And no, I'm not interested in that. Oh,
okay.
I managed to turn my...
Then forget what I said.
Yeah, exactly. So, right. So we do have an action-packed weekend episode. We've obviously got the meat of it. Yes, we've got Q&A, which is now pretty much a staple, I think, of our show. We wouldn't be here without the 4 fans. We lost one last episode, so we're now down to 4 from 5. Not really, but yeah, maybe. We bring it. It's a bit of a classical episode we're bringing today. As the anyway, would you rather? Okay, Martin, you've not done one of these yet.
Not on the podcast, but I've done it in a car with you and elsewhere. It was absolutely horrifying.
They're not. These aren't fire.
These are PG-13.
Yeah, these are not the ones that I feel
PG-13.
passion in my soul for.
Yeah, right.
You know, but got to give the people what they want. 2 Fast as a Race cars. We've got one for you, Martin, themed around Golden Demon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've tried. Lionel created these for us, and I asked him to try not to make it kind of anything that might be controversial. Like, it won't be like who's the biggest twat in the studio and who smells the worst or that. So it won't ask those kind of things, right?
I can answer both of those really easily, unfortunately. No, I'm already dreading having to answer questions definitively about Golden Demon, but that sounds
Heavy Metal, not Golden Demon. Heavy Metal.
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah.
You said Golden Demon.
Oh shut.
You did say Golden Demon.
You guys are turning into like I had. Who did I have? Someone else was complaining. Say what you mean, Jamie. Like, no, go anyway. And then our now's Fast as a Race car is commission painting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because it's been a while. It's been a long time since we've done them, and they anyway. Then we've got the Would You Rather, and then of course we've got Grotbusters.
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
We've got Things I Hate.
Mm-hmm, of course.
And then we've got Golden Demon Update, Rebel Moon, Dan, and of course GW release cycle. So it's pretty good. It was pretty good. How you boys been since the last time? We're obviously recording a day early.
Very good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, painting my Archon, big boy.
Not for Golden Demon.
No.
Yeah, no, not for Golden Demon.
Okay,
I feel like I'm going slightly slow because I don't know.
Well, I was just about to say you're painting faster and better than what is humanly defensible, and the fact that you haven't even started on your entry while I'm like panicking at the slow speed of my going is just it's an insult. But the
Well,
thing you're painting looks really good.
It does
You
look
said
good.
that it's Archaon, so people know that, but no one's seen what it looks like.
yeah,
And when
exactly.
they do, they're gonna lose their shit.
I hope. I don't know. I'm at that point where, I painted this in my head so many times, and I've seen this figure in my desks for a couple of years.
Jesus.
That now it doesn't have any impact in
Is it
me.
that long?
Yeah, maybe a bit less.
Wow.
Maybe a bit less. I don't know.
I-
Um,
Are you creating a new meat of it while we talk? Is that what's going on here? Like, because I think this is a pretty beefy subject you're going into.
is it?
Which
What-
one?
what is-
Like what? Just
So
expectations.
well, yeah, but
Again.
more like
Right. It actually we had that put in the topics, right? The being numb
yeah,
to
but that's not.
art.
Yeah, but it's more important, or the main thing I thought was that it's your own. You're saying that you've lost when you think up a new project, or you're walking down Golden Demon, and then suddenly ideas pop in your head, right? You've got tangible excitement to get that thing done, and all you want to do
Yeah.
actually is go home and do it right there, right then. But you can't,
Yeah,
obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're saying that because you've had this now for 3 years, you've already painted it in your head, you've seen the model so much that you don't have that level of excitement that you would do on something fresh.
Maybe don't get me wrong. I think it will be a really cool model, but when you paint something and is new for you, is new for it's new for everyone, and you feel like, oh wow, I can surprise with this. I'm not sure if it's going to happen because for me this is already I don't know. It's something that it's already been with me for so long that I don't have any surprise. It's not like I'm not enjoying, because I am enjoying. But will it be just another piece? Will it be a very cool piece? Or you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and it's only funny for me because I've seen it and I'm already like, oof, that's looking good.
Yeah, I
you
kind
know
of
what I
feel
mean?
like the trick the problem there is that just another piece for you is because you see your own work all the time.
But
Like
also, it's
I
the same.
definitely can recognize the idea of doing something that you think is like definitely just another Tuesday, but then you kind of forget that maybe not everyone uh paints that those kind of models and to that level and does the same work as you do. I
But
mean, it's certainly your box art stuff. Like, right? Most people don't get to see that stuff in hand very often. So
but isn't it more
obviously, you're going to be
nuanced?
numb to that.
Isn't it more nuanced that it's his own excitement? Like I suppose it is similar to it's broaching over it's blurring the lines of the meat
Yeah,
from the
it's
other
not
one.
it's not just excitement. It's almost like I this happened a little bit with. Do you remember with the golden guy that I asked you, Jamie?
Hmm.
I asked you several times if I was doing it right, because I had no idea. I was honestly confused about what I was doing, and I didn't even know if it was good. And
The what?
this doesn't the Athkaion,
Sanguinar
the
or whatever.
sanguinary guard,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that big one. I thought
Yeah.
that was yeah, never mind.
When I was painting it, I genuinely had no idea if I was doing all right. I thought I had
That's
no idea,
weird.
and I asked Jamie many times, "Do you think this is even worth it?"
Hmm.
Because
I was like,
I
it's
kind of
really
lost
good.
perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got lost
and
in the swamp of N&M.
I lost perspective because I was doing it for a long time. I had it in my head, and I think it's happening with this. I just don't know.
What? So the big question then is, what do you think would change that? Is there anything that you could have done with Ascalon, either with the painting or even just something like take a break from it, paint something else? Is there anything you could have done to change
N-
your perspective a little bit?
No. Actually, I think that the fact that that happened made me do it better, and now I love it. It's one of the very few figures that I genuinely love.
Oh, cool.
from what I paint. So at the
One
end,
of the few. Yeah.
the outcome was really good because I definitely like it. But during the process, I'm a bit lost. It's more like maybe it's a bit of a clash of the expectations. Obviously, this is a big piece. This is a really important piece, and can I make it justice? And maybe it's that is that
But that's I feel that with everything I've painted, where the idea, or at any point, there's been a feeling of this is really important that it comes out really well.
yeah
Either box art stuff for GW, where I thought this model is really important and cool, and I really want to do a good job, or just anything for GD, where I mean, literally, I know that I want it to be the best thing I've ever done. That's kind of the point, kind of, is that you to push yourself and do the best you can. Having that as your, if not expectation, then kind of your ambition from the start is just terrible. Like that
yeah
does you no favors.
It goes
no
back
You
to what
might
we
think
were.
that that gives you, you might think that it gives you like focus or, something like that, determination. Like, nope, nothing like that. Doesn't help me at all.
But this isn't a deliberate thing, though, is it? I guess he now needs to now
No.
remove like it does go back to what we were saying though last week or the week before, and I can't remember what we said about it, right? But it was definitely on that like vein of pressure, expectations. But it's
It's not
interesting.
just about Arnau painting Archaon for fun. It's not just what we were saying about try to distance yourself, try to stay in the moment, try to enjoy the process. It's also, I think, it's about trusting yourself a little bit. Like, trust the fact that you've done this before and it will turn out really well. And if you don't think so, you're also probably going to figure out why. So kind of almost being able to like take a step back from the process itself while it's happening and just go, I'll just go through the motions a little bit, and then if I come up against something, I can probably figure that out. It's weird because I find that with a lot of things I do that I still don't trust that it will look okay in the end. But it's, little by little, you kind of look at what you've done before and think, well, maybe if I can just, you know, trust
yeah
that all of these other projects have turned out okay, then probably this one will too.
But were you
I
worried
I, I
now
don't
about it not being good? I felt like you were
no
more.
no no yeah, I'm not worried about not being good. And actually, I have a clear picture in my head of how it will end up. So that's not the problem. I think it's more about could I have done it more? Could I be more? Am I being too safe? Maybe am I, or maybe not? So most of the times these questions I don't even ask them because it's just I just paint and that's it. But when a project is that I involve myself with so much, then I start asking these questions and I don't have answers, of course. So
When do you get answers? Ever? Do you ever at the end do you look back and go, oh, actually,
yeah, I'd probably
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end.
I
Yeah,
find that as well. I was just going to say, I think definitely that feeling always, if you ever get a sense that like, no, I did a good job with this, I did well, I had good ideas, whatever it is, that always comes later.
yeah,
And it's the expectations are almost like demand of yourself to do a little better, make slightly cooler ideas, change things up, maybe don't just do what you're used to doing. That's
like
it's
marriage,
hard to. Sorry.
like marriage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to come to like a kind of concise decision while you're doing it, that like, yeah, I've now reached the point where it's cool. It's kind of, it can be a really good spur, but it can also be quite soul crushing. Depends on
yeah.
who you are.
This happens. I notice it very much when I take pictures of the thing often, and I kind of when I, for example, go to have lunch and then I go play video games and whatever, and then I come back to the studio and then just look at it, and then I just go out again. When this happens, is because I'm really invested and really worried about it being decent enough, and usually it's when I'm more worried is when I have the best projects. So if I'm listening to my experience, then it says that this will end up like a good project, but it has some
I wonder how you define a good
bumps in the road.
project as well, because it's your own levels of well, are we doing a meat of it? What are we doing then? Are we diving in now? Are we going to like?
Oh, look, we're answering
It's
the question.
natural.
How have you been? You asked how have
Yeah.
you been, and then Arnaud is answering this with 6
Heartfelt.
to 7 hour deep
Yeah.
dive into Archaon and the creative process.
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to wrap it up, but you kept asking questions.
How? Well, I mean, I do like questions, but how do you define though as a successful project for yourself? Like, what is like for me? Finishing it, I guess, is a success at the moment. Like
Well, that definitely ties with the topic that we were saying about being dumb.
Yeah. Okay, let's save it. Give the people what they want, because we've got a full meat of it, right? We do. We've got. I told you, it's a brilliant episode. On a side note, as an intro, I recently discovered that 10% yogurt is fattening. So I think you touched on it
a little
Martin.
bit, yeah.
So I did a little bit of I did a bit of research, and it turns out that I must have gained like 3.5 kilos since I started eating this strawberries, because it was 2 kilograms of yogurt and about 1 kilogram of strawberries a day, right, for about 5 weeks or something, and it hadn't. I'll be honest. Did we discover that? Well, I can't remember. We had another breakthrough here. Cheese is fattening. We found that out on the show, right?
That breakthrough was pretty insane. Like, how can this be a breakthrough?
I was very saddened about that. Actually, I stopped eating as much Gouda, and I don't even eat that anymore. So I think I was about 22 when I found out donuts are bad for you. So me and my sister I've told this story before. I'm certain I have.
Yeah. You did.
So this is another big weird breakthrough, I guess. Anyway, the point here is I'm trying to cut back on the amount of yogurt I'm eating. So I'm my life is a lot less colourful right now. Is the honest answer. and strawberries are getting out of season anyway, so it's harder and harder for me to find good strawberries. But I've been on a bit of a run recently that kind of meant that I had to get a little bit more. And I just thought I'd give an update there to tell you that I've gained weight, which is fine. Like, it's not like I'm
fine.
trying to not be Mr. Miyagi or whatever. But it's a bit of a sad moment, I guess.
I thought it was a real revelation for me when I found the non-fat yogurt that was also really tasty and tasted very, to me, like authentically Greek. So I've been really just binging non-fat Greek yogurt. It's also quite high in protein, so it's a fair trade-off. But yeah, at some point, the meat of an episode might literally be about meat and the various health benefits of foods. Well, yeah, just an entire episode on nutrition. We'll bring Lionel in. He can talk about his diet.
he would be the guy to bring in.
And Albert as well, to talk about why pasta is the basically end all be all of health foods.
Albert will actually just tell Lionel to go fuck himself, and that we're going to Monty on Thursday, and he doesn't want to hear anything else. Like, doesn't matter. I don't care if you're going to lose $5,000 because you're coming on Thursday. That's basically what that was. Or is. So that would be enjoyable. We are going to get Albert on, though. I think, 8 weeks away from Golden Demon? So in about 6 or 7 weeks, we will have Monsieur Albert on. I'm looking forward to that. We have to get him ready with some good race cars.
Even less than 8 weeks, man. It's like 5 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's almost. That's why I'm really stressed.
Martin, you should give you what? Let's do the Golden Demon update then. Sorry, my phone's cracking off.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, we're gonna have Albert on at some point. Did you want to do that before Golden Demon? Then I think I asked you that, and you said yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Before, but what I mean is my Golden Demon update is I've not done anything, so I'm quick.
No, that's fair. Well, wait, you mentioned that you wanted to paint something for fun, and me and Arnaud were like, "Yay!" And then I thought,
5 weeks.
Does that mean exactly? you're
No.
not painting anything for
No,
GD though. Okay.
that's too quick. Yeah, in fairness, I didn't
Fair
realize
enough,
it was.
fair
I
enough.
thought it was like 2 months, 8 weeks, 9 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe 7.
And Arnau is chilling. Like I've never seen a person so calm about the amount of time left for GD. I think
Well,
I
I don't
fully
have any
believe the
choice.
day before you have all kinds of choices, man. I
You
think
could
the
stay
day
up
before you leave,
at night.
Arnau's going to go to Warhammer store and be like, "What do you think is a cool model? I'm thinking about entering it."
and then gets gold.
To be
Well,
fair, I was thinking about this today, and I was thinking, okay, I'm doing more or less Archon in 2 weeks. Probably it will take a bit more than 2 weeks. So I'll eat a few days from the Golden Demon time. But then I thought, okay, how much time can I spend painting this chaplain, which I have converted by the way already?
Oh, you have
Yeah.
progress. Oh, look at that.
So do I have, because I really want to paint the Age of Sigmar single.
oh,
It's
for
like,
fuck's sake. Oh yeah,
I
news. That was
really
another
want to
thing
paint
that
that.
we're going to cover today. News.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I've seen now a slightly more complete list of prospective entrants for Golden Demon, people that we know or think are entering various categories, and it looks like this year is going to be a motherfucker of a Golden Demon.
Probably the best year I've witnessed. If
Well,
all this is true,
And that's the crazy thing. You haven't even witnessed it yet. Like even just like seeing briefly into the future at what's probably going to be there is already the craziest Golden Demon lineup I've ever seen in my life.
yeah,
didn't
definitely.
we
once
have
we
that in
get there, I
Nottingham
think
or Manchester? I'll be surprised if we can top.
the
No,
one in Nottingham, which was after like a 5-year hiatus, was
Yeah,
pretty sick.
that's what I
yeah,
mean.
was amazing.
I'm
When
really
Chris
surprised
Clayton
if we
rocked
can
up with
beat
like
that.
94 entries no one had ever seen.
Yeah.
That would
But
that's
name wise,
yeah.
this Golden Demon, if we rely on the data that we have,
Yeah, exactly.
the names that are coming
Our
is
research
pretty
shows
impressive.
an
Yeah.
Who
absolutely
is it that
ridiculous lineup.
who? Why? What's different from all the? Who's going there that hasn't been going? I know Mark's going.
More people.
Yeah,
More people. Yeah,
it's a few
good.
more
Right,
people.
fair enough.
I mean, it's.
That's
I'll say this.
fair.
I'll say this. One of my favorite things is when I see all the cool shit that people have done, and there's stuff that I've never seen before, which is usually the case because we don't all reveal things. But I have no idea who's painted something, and it turns out it's a person I've never heard of before, and they've never really done anything. That's always one of the best things when it's like a new person on the
Yeah.
scene or whatever,
Yeah.
and there's going to be that. So with all this talk of like, oh, it's always the same 4 people who win, that's literally never the case. And as excited as I am to see all these people that I know and who I know are good, what they come up with, there's also going to be all that other stuff. But again, like the list of names we have is pretty fucking crazy. And I've seen just glimpses of people's entries, and it's already like, damn.
Hmm. Interesting. So
My
that
update
means
is
you.
that I've
Yeah.
painted frantically for 7 days, and
You have, yeah.
I've also had to. Yeah, I have, and I've
Fucking hell.
also had to go to an office and work, which sucks.
Oh,
I don't get why people do that ever.
Yeah. I don't think I could.
No, but I've done it. Reluctantly, I've had to do that. So I was not able to paint for stretches of about 8 hours at a time because I had to do other things. I'm gonna get back at it, but I've done some. Yeah, I've done some. Made some progress on my dudes. I'm slowly moving away from the gray power armor to other colors of power armor, which is nice.
painted.
You know what?
But you painted. Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to figure out like markings and stuff on my Space Wolves. I did one thing which I thought was quite good. I took a photo of the whole unit and then I started really, really roughly in Photoshop sketching in spot colors to see like
Ah,
if I put red here, where
smart.
else do I need to put red? Which I thought was a nice thing. Yeah, which is maybe something that people don't think too much about when it comes to units. You might think about that stuff on like a single mini or a diorama or something like that. But I think it's really
Cohesion.
important with any piece to to look at the
Yeah.
cohesion and the composition.
Mm.
And I do like
Yeah.
these kind of unit entries that look like the codex covers or album covers of heavy metal albums and stuff like that. It's just really like this explosion of cool action poses, like the Avengers movie poster, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna know what order you're gonna have them then. The 5 guys. They're gonna
Order?
be in. You won't just randomly put them next to each other. You'll know which ones.
No, I did that when I was building them. I decided on which poses I wanted and where they were going. So
Yeah.
the whole entry is building the entry was also deciding on the positioning
exactly.
of all the models.
Are you
Composition
doing
of
a
the-
scenic base or?
Yeah, I've done a big scenic base. I'm not entirely sure about it and how it looks, but yeah, I'll come back to it and see if I need to change something or add something. It's I think it's fair with most projects to, or at least I do it this way, is to just go back and forth between lots of different things. Firstly, because I can't really stand just working on one thing and finishing it. I much more enjoy jumping between different parts, but also because it's kind of useful to do a little bit here, a little bit there, and see how everything matches up. Because I'm probably going to need to alter things back and forth anyway. But yeah, this is all a bit vague when you can't actually see the entries. But I'm not entirely without hope that it's going to turn out well.
And if not, you'll still have a kick-ass unit.
Yeah,
Should be a lot
you
of
mean
effort.
for my army?
Yeah, I guess so. For our now, you said you don't have a choice, but that is technically a lie. If you cared enough, which you don't, but if you did, you would be staying up till 3 a.m. every night, doing your day job, and then painting your demon entry. So there is a choice, but it's just not a realistic choice.
Well, I'm not gonna do it if I know I can still do the deadline without spending nights painting. You know what I mean?
But what if you come up to, and it's about a week before the competition, and you know that the amount of work you have to do means staying up all night? Are you going to do that?
In 35 years of my life, I've never done it once. not even
Schoolwork?
not studying. No, I've never studied at night. I've never, not a single time in my life I spent a night doing something like that. And I was one of the guys that always did things the last day. but I've never ever stayed.
So what's your usual, like? What's the time that you usually finish things for competitions? So your last Golden Demon dioramas, like when were they finished? A couple days before, a
Couple
week
of days
before?
before.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple days.
couple
Okay.
of days before.
Yeah, for some reason we've ended up, me and Stian and some of the other Swedes, with these horrible war stories of painting all night, every night, and sometimes at the hotel in
Yeah, I can
like
understand that.
Rico
I
Arena.
can't
Yeah,
understand
and
that.
and it turned into such a habit, such a horrible habit, that it became like a tradition, and we almost like wanted to do it that way. But every year we were like, wait, this is terrible. We don't like this at all. We're not supposed to do this. So
Yeah,
we're
it doesn't look
and
fun.
I say we because it's for some reason it's stuck to us as like
Yeah,
this kind
it's
of
it's
tradition.
I've seen this happening in some groups of friends. It's
Mm.
quite common actually, and I never get. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I mean, desperate times, you know. Like I know Stian would not prefer to bring unpainted plastic to like Rico
Yeah,
Arena
of
for
course.
Golden Demon, but
No, of course.
but he has done that and still ended up with gold winning entries. So I mean,
But why wouldn't you just do it a little bit before? Like,
Exactly, that's what I mean.
realistically, no, like, don't get me wrong, you run out of time, blah blah blah. But yeah, fine.
yeah.
But I don't understand how how can you actually, like, what can you get done in 6 hours on a plane that you couldn't get done 6 hours at home? Like, surely that little bit wouldn't make it better.
No, I agree. I think, yeah. So with a couple things, it was like, so for his I'm talking about Stian now. So he did this avatar in 2023, yeah, for Golden Demon in Manchester, and he hadn't painted the plume. So the avatar's got this black and white plume, and that was, I think, completely unpainted. So that wasn't so much like, you know, final
You had
touches
to
or
paint
anything.
that,
That was
right? Yeah.
unpainted. Yeah, that had to get painted. But I agree that maybe there could have been a more of a uh, scheduling effort a week or so beforehand to figure out like where you're actually going to put that time. And if you're like 2 days out and you're still like, doing the edge highlights on the armor and stuff, and it's like this plume is unpainted, maybe pick up the
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah.
But
Do the plume.
whatever,
It worked
whatever he
though, right?
did, he smashed it. Yeah, got his gold.
Mm. Fair play to that then, basically.
But I'm absolutely not looking forward to doing that. I'm not. I don't want to bring anything unpainted or half painted to Dusseldorf.
Excuse me. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment, and I think that that is a stupid thing to do. You could just do what certain parties are doing now. They're staying up till 2 to 3 a.m. every night painting. So they're
Who's doing that?
just people. Some people are doing that, but they're gonna
Youngsters.
they're gonna yeah. I mean that's commitment and mental.
Oh, that's the other thing we used to do, which was really insane. Is for in like this was in 2012. I remember. Again, I say we, but like me and Stian would and Max would get together and paint together, and we would do like essentially a full work day of painting every day after work. So we would hang out and then paint from like 7 p.m. to about 1, which is not
It's
quite
mad,
a full
isn't it?
work day, I guess.
My
Yeah.
face.
And now I'm like, why? I wouldn't do that at gunpoint. I don't. That's crazy. Hang out with
My
your
eyes
friends
don't
until
work.
1 a.m. and paint every day, just to finish our Golden Demon entries.
That's the love of the chore, and also you
I don't
don't
think
have anything to do.
The love of the game. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever painted with mates like a proper thing. If I did, I always did it like for fun, just stupid things.
Yeah.
But a big project or something like that, I don't think I could be in the mindset. Like if I'm talking and we're joking or whatever, I would find it really difficult to
Yeah, I
to
don't.
be in the
Yeah,
zone.
It
that's
worked because we were all at the same level of focus and taking it seriously, I guess.
so no one was talking. In other words,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of. But or like there would be sort of a sensible level
pizza
of like
break
small
or
talk or yeah, exactly. Get breaks for food, but like everyone was quite putting their heads down and doing it.
I mean, yeah,
But
there is
other
that.
yeah,
I guess like an
definitely
office, right?
moved away from that now.
Solidarity in
Yeah, a little bit like an office.
yeah.
Which was funny when I started working for heavy metal and I realized that's exactly the same thing. Everyone's really like focused on doing their job, but you're also sort of hanging out.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, you know what time it is, boys. It is.
Father Race Car.
Was that loud for you, lads?
Yeah.
A bit, but are we skipping the meat of it?
No, I just need a break. It's
You're
we've been
sneaking
30.
one in.
We're
Yeah.
half an hour in, and we've not had a single laugh. Truth be told, I'm sick of it.
Okay,
so-
that's fine.
yeah, it's good to right. Who wants to go first?
Are now.
Okay.
Fastest race car. Thanks, Lionel, for writing these up, mate. Appreciate that. Even when you're not here, you're still giving to us. So, how many commissions did you finish in the last year? Oh, 2 minutes. Wait, don't answer that. Can one of you put a 2-minute clock on? I thought
One
I
of us?
turned off
Okay,
the sound.
yeah.
That's
Hold
very
up,
annoying.
hold up. I'll do a 2-minute
Cheers, buddy.
2-minute counter. Okay.
Or less.
3.
Okay,
No,
2 minutes.
he gets
2
his
minutes
2
is fine.
minutes.
2
Okay,
minutes.
yeah. 3, 2,
Okay.
1, go.
How many commissions did you finish in the last year?
In the last year or in
12
2025?
months. 12 months.
Maybe around 20.
What was your favorite piece to paint?
In those 12
Mhm,
months.
yeah.
Probably Mephiston.
And now just general. Which commission gave you the biggest challenge?
The one I'm doing now.
Out of all of them. Okay. What color did you find yourself reaching for the most often? Except for black and white.
Fluorescent red.
Where the fuck are we? Did you ever paint something you wished you could have kept? Yeah, obviously.
Yes, many times.
Yeah. Which project made you say never again?
Also a few of them.
You meant to name,
Which
but yeah,
one specifically?
you don't have to. It's fine.
Yeah, I did one recently that it made me not want to do more projects like this ever again. And I probably won't, I hope, if I follow my own word.
You've got to give us the halfway signal as well, Martin. What's the longest you spent on a single miniature?
3 weeks.
Jesus. Did you discover any new techniques that you stuck with you? I mean, yeah, but that's a bit wishy-washy, Lionel.
I don't really understand the word techniques.
30 seconds.
What was the most unusual request you had from a client?
Unusual.
Yeah.
To add in a very desaturated piece, add a pink
Oh,
cell.
I remember that. And what paint pot completely dried? Like, which one did you use
What?
up first? Which paint pot did you use,
Oh.
like, completely use up?
I do it. I use paints like very often. Like I run off paints very often, and one of them is, for example, mahogany. I use it. I have a box of 6 in my desk because I know I use it
What
a lot.
How do you
colour
run
is-
out of paint that often?
What color is
Yeah,
mahogany?
very often.
Again?
I use my paints.
Oh,
brown. That's 2 minutes for sure. I just wanted to let him
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
that question, but that's your 2 minutes
Okay.
done.
thanks. All right, so we passed the test. Yeah, good. Faster Race Car. Now, remember, guys and listeners, and for minds, we have what was it called? Oh, fuck, I don't know. It's one of these, isn't it? Whatever. Oh, slow as a race car. Slow as a race car. We have
Low as a snail.
slow as a snail. Oh, I don't
Slow
know.
as a snail.
Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Is that just
Slow as a snail.
So, slow as a snail is where we put the questions out to the community, the whatever it is now, 4 or 5 of you who are sad enough to listen to us, basically, and then you vote on that, and then next week our now answers one of those questions in depth, and the same will be for mine. Okay, so don't forget that, lads, and if we have any girl listeners, girls. I think we're 100% male, though, when I checked on Spotify. I think with the 2 female listeners we had hate our guts. They probably don't even know that we're back up, in fairness.
is that
like,
including your wife?
She only listened because she had to in the car, and I was
Oh,
testing
right.
the mic
Okay.
levels.
Denise is not listening as much now because we talk more about painting.
Yeah. It was a
It's not
banter
much.
cast before.
Yeah.
So she was actually she liked the podcast more before I came on. That's fair. We
literally-
need this input also.
Yeah.
We do need this feedback.
It's a tough balance because I guess we're now having conversations that are very naturally opening up more conversations, right? So which inherently leads itself to you're laughing less because you're actually talking about something that requires a conversation. In the old cast, it was just segments. Beautiful.
And jingles like
To be fair, it's
I got some
neither
juicy
the
jingles now.
old or the new. It's always organically growing. And if people think that we're boring as shit, they can say so, and we can potentially, I don't know,
Yes.
get a funnier person on.
Such
Take
a Bob.
LSD.
I've been through this. I really want to do. I think I'd start with shrooms first. I'd probably illegal in Austria.
Yeah, let us know on Discord if you want Jamie to take shrooms during the
For an
podcast.
episode, yeah, right.
For an episode.
We get 2 minutes up there, Martine.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I don't get to. Yeah, okay.
You have to answer questions.
I know it's gonna be fucking bullshit.
Well, this is all thanks to Lionel. So if you've got a problem, bring it up with him. All right. Tell me when to go.
3, 2, 1, ready.
What's the first model you painted for GW?
The Namarti Thralls, I think they're called. The Ideneth Deepkin soulless slave soldiers, whatever they're called. I did 2 units of those.
Jesus, who made the best tea in the studio? Do you drink tea? You're foreign, so you might not.
No, no one made tea for me, so I have no idea. I would
Jesus.
generally prefer coffee when I was there, but so I'm sorry, no idea.
Lionel's gone a bit
Me, I guess.
on a food tangent here. So, who was the weirdest snack you saw anybody eat at their desk in the studio?
Oh, fuck, at their desk. No, sorry, got quiet
Yep.
there. I've
Yep.
absolutely no idea. It's a lot of.
That's right.
There's a cake. What do you call that? It's just a very British cake that they would sell in Bugman's.
A
that people would
tart?
eat. Just boring. Yeah, no, one of those
Bakewell?
little like vanilla
cherry
things
on
with
top?
a little maraschino cherry. Yeah.
1 minute, yeah, Bakewell tart. I
Yeah,
think
Bakewell tart. Yeah, sorry, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Bakewell. Yeah.
How many
exactly.
pots of paints do you think you went through in a month?
A month?
Yeah.
What, 2? I mean,
Hardly
I
anything.
don't literally drink it like Arnau. I
No.
use very
Oh,
small
right. Yeah.
amounts. Yeah.
Which miniature was the most fun to paint?
The most fun to paint was the stone trolls, which is also one of the ones I'm. There's 3 of them, but that was one of the funnest projects from start to finish that I worked on. They're called Rockgot Trogoths now, but yeah, the stone trolls that David Waslang did, they're dope.
I guess you've already answered. Was the studio more chatty or heads down when everyone was painting?
Heads down.
Yeah.
Quite heads down, yeah.
What
Especially
colour
heavy metal.
Oh, harsh. What color did you always find you run out of first? So which one did you use the most?
I'd say there was a lot of Rhinox hide, and yeah, black is an obvious one.
2
Rhinox
minutes.
hide, maybe.
Yeah, time.
You could
Did we
finish the
did we
answer.
actually end on the same question? That's crazy.
No, you only got to question 7.
So did Arnau win?
He did win, yes.
Motherfucker.
I'm an experienced race car.
Yeah, you did fire off those answers pretty quickly with yes, yes, no, yes.
Exactly. It's like I don't give a fuck. It's just answer. That's it.
Just got to win. Win at all costs. That is disgusting. All right, wait. Do we have... I'm a little bit annoyed, but my jingle overflows your face there, Martin. You can't see that, but that's annoying. I didn't favourite Would You Rather because I didn't think we'd do it, right? But would you rather have... Jamie, you can't say that. It's, of course, the jingle there for Would You Rather, and that is Lionel protesting. That was my impression of Lionel. So I don't think... They don't need to answer. Would you rather paint a full 2,000-point army in neon pink or in browns?
In neon pinks or browns?
Yes.
I mean,
it depends on what army.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. You can.
If it was an elder
Emperor's
army,
children, yeah.
or Emperor's children,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
definitely pink.
But okay, if we assume for the sake of this argument that it's an army where those colors really don't work, then probably browns.
It's very boring though, brown, isn't it?
Yeah, they're quite
I would probably
overrated.
do
Both
pink.
of them. Pink is cool, like garish, crazy pink. I think Arnau would really do that well.
Would be fun at least.
I mean, that's a taskmaster right there, isn't it?
No, pink is the better answer. Yeah, pink.
When are we doing taskmasters after Golden Demon?
Yes, we will start. Maybe we can do after Golden Demon. We can kickstart season 4, and then
we need to work out how long a season is because
I know. I have no clue.
Lionel, obviously just left us. He just threw us in the bin, and that was like episode 2 or 3 or 4 on season 2. Like, in my head, we were never going to really have seasons, but we had to because Lionel kept quitting.
It was when Lionel quit. Yes.
That's literally all it was. He was like, actually, I don't want to record him. So I don't know, 20 episodes a season, 14. We have to have a little break between it though. That's the problem.
Depends on what we're like. Yeah, what's the word? What's the template? You know, because you want to look at like old TV shows from when they did
6 episodes.
Like what's it called? No, but like 22 episodes a season, like the
American
Simpsons
ones.
and Friends.
Maybe
if we take
a break for Christmas or whatever, maybe because we are with family, or we can just do a couple of 2 or 3 weeks of break and then do next season. And
would you rather
things
paint
that we should not talk in the podcast?
Would you rather? That's why, move us on. Dry brush a model or airbrush a model? You're only allowed one.
Dry brush.
Oh, that's a badass answer. I mean, right now, actually, to be fair, I think dry brushing is underrated. I'm gonna say airbrush because I'm right now I'm kind of into airbrushing and I enjoy it, and I'm trying to get even better control over it and using it. Like, I think kind of what you mentioned are now is like you don't use airbrushing for base coats, but to be fancy with it, and I'm trying to do that too. I'm gonna say airbrush.
Okay, I find airbrush so boring, and I think
airbrush
the
is,
brush.
I mean, dry brush. I mean, you've got more variants, right? You could do a lot with it.
I despise the texture that I get from dry brushing. I hate it. It gets all dusty. So actually,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
probably want to get
You
to.
can do dry brush premium or dry brush plus.
Get one of those
there you go.
fucking makeup brushes. Would you rather paint 100 pair of eyes or 10 freehand banners on a vehicle?
100 pair of eyes.
Yes, me too.
So it's 200 eyes. One perfect golden demon piece or 50 high level tabletop miniatures.
Perfect golden demon piece.
50. Very good.
You see his eyes light up. He's like, shit,
that's the
that would be
dream.
amazing. Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, yeah. That's because golden demon pieces, I can do it, but 50 very good pieces is like, oh, that would be fucking amazing.
I feel like
So, yeah.
50. I feel like 50 good tabletop pieces is pretty much my career at Games Workshop.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I've done it.
You're just bored of it. Last one. Strip and repaint your entire painted collection, or buy them all again and start from scratch.
Buy them all again. Definitely.
Yes, for sure. Having
you have
fun
to
on a second time.
Yeah, definitely. No way I'd
And-
want to strip anything for any actual reason. But
Other than
like
money, I guess.
repaint them, yeah, that'd be money.
All right.
I'll
So
I'll
yeah,
have
exactly.
none to spend, but I'll rather sell something than like start stripping my models.
All right, here we go. I'm vegetarian. That's the meat of it jingle, of course. Everyone knows that well now. Did you hear it?
It is very troubling, I think, that some of these jingles is just
vegetarian.
your voice.
I'm vegetarian. Just that is the jingle.
Yeah, but it's a bit quiet. That actually, I have to
This
say.
is
edit sound.
this is the cheapest jingle you've ever made, I think. What one like 2 words,
Listen. I'm vegetarian.
and you seem like you want to kill yourself as well.
I wanted.
But
I didn't
it's
like
just
the
your
old.
voice.
I didn't like
It's
the
just
old.
your
Yeah,
voice
all
saying
right.
a
I can
thing.
re-record it. Whatever.
People
But
listening
what-
are going to hear you talk, and then suddenly your voice saying, "I'm vegetarian." That's not enough of a jingle
thought
at
it was
all.
creative.
what happened with the butcher?
Yeah, there
Well,
was a butcher sound of
I
a.
recorded that audio when I had crackling issues on my mic, which I've just fixed. I had it before, I fixed it, but I recorded when I had it. And then it wasn't fixed, and then I've just upgraded my system. I don't think I'm going to upgrade my system in a long while. I realized why I fucking hated doing it. And I needed to re-record one. And I thought it was creative. I'm vegetarian. I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. But now, you know what? The people have spoken. They don't like it. That's fine. I can do another one. It's not a problem.
No, the content of the jingle, the actual jingle of the jingle is fine. It's just the framing. Like it needs the sound of a mallet or music, or it needs to be spoken
Would
by
be-
one of your kids.
It'd
I
probably
thought that
be
was
like,
the
And
format.
someone's offering you meat, and you're saying no, I'm vegetarian.
all right,
you
yeah, okay,
dirty
fine. So I had
meat guy.
a momentary lapse in creativity. Fine. So this is a meat of it that will probably not take us 4 hours, which is quite good, and this was submitted by the guy whose name no one can pronounce. It's like that. It's something like that.
It's probably like James or some bullshit.
it's legit like difficult. Hold on, I'll get it up. It's mini matters. It's like Q&A. It's honestly it's Extifer e Tammany Bran looks like it's an insane name. It's
I
just
mean, it is a complicated name.
it's insane. I don't.
But you
I
can
don't-
say Extifer, and that's it.
Oh, it could be a girl. She's got rose there at the end, or she just likes roses, or they like roses.
Christopher E. Tenebrae Lux. Oh yeah,
See?
that's a thing. That's something. That's part of that is Latin. I need to look up what that is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, a Canadian person has asked us a question.
About is Canada actually better than North America, as everybody in the rest of the world knows? So I did say to it or him, it's not really the subjects that we cover normally, right? So as a North
but
American, do you guys notice a lot of differences between the painting styles of North America versus Europe? Hold on, isn't North America like New York and Chicago and stuff?
Those are cities.
Yes, those are cities. Yeah.
But Canada's not. Isn't that a different country? Does that count as North America?
North America is a continent.
Yeah, North America is not a country.
Do you know how Europe is a continent?
I see where you're going, guys. I see where you're going with
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
So Mexico isn't South America. It's part of South America.
Actually, not. It's in North
No,
America.
Mexico is North America. And then there's Central
Why aren't they
America, which
allowed
is
in
less
America
of a
then?
continent than just a massive countries.
It's so
Not
because
a
they
lot.
are brown.
Yeah.
They're not brown. They're like slightly,
Continents isn't
slightly
so
brown.
much nationality. So geology for third graders will be a meat of it in a few weeks. For now, we're going to move on to the actual
shocked.
question. So
Mexico,
people in the U.S. and Canada, and also
basically,
Mexico.
so
yeah,
North
technically.
America, so including Mexico, right?
Sure.
I feel that right. So, can anybody tell the difference between American, European painters? Do they have a different style? I feel like the one huge advantage the Europeans have over North Americans, I would just call them Americans, I guess, but when you're there, it's like calling an Englishman British, I guess.
Mhm.
Like, it's an insult, basically, to call them British, or to say you have a British accent. It's ridiculous. And this is the same as me calling them American, because American is North America and South America? Not really, though.
Technically.
But when you
Technically,
see-
but they use America to
Yeah,
refer
themselves.
to the United States, so it's a bit
Yeah.
tricky.
I think
But
we
it's
can
an
just accept
interesting-
that that's
there's
what it
an-
means colloquially. It means American is in a United States of American.
which definitely is just North America. So North America is a collaborate. Oh, what? Right, I'll sum up this question, all right?
They're using a very correct term to say Americans and Canadians and
Yeah.
at least parts
So-
of the
Yeah,
rest of the
let's
North and
just
South American
differentiate
continent.
between
Basically-
America and Europe.
Basically,
I think the
yes, are
big
the
point
differences between
is
America and
differentiating
Europe.
between.
And the
Exactly.
reason why Europeans are better than Americans is because Europe has a better community. So that's the main question here. Whereas North America, there are some okay painters there. She's actually written, or they've written great painters, but I'm hoping Eric's listening. And they are more fragmented. So
It's not only that, but we have a couple of decades of advantage as well.
Yeah. So
But
wait,
they've got
what
all
was the
that-
question? Hold on. Let's go back to the actual question of the question. I'm gonna read.
I'm going to
this.
read the question to you without
As
anybody else
I
talking.
feel like something. Do you guys notice a lot of differences between the painting styles in North American versus Europe? Okay, so the question is, do we notice a difference?
Yeah,
I
but
think
basically
part of
she's
this
asking,
question.
why are Europeans better than Americans? And the reason why I think that's basically what they're asking
I
is
think
because
you're kind of reading between the lines
no, but
there.
later on they
that
say
sounds more like your opinion, though.
no, but why else would there? I feel that one huge advantage that Europe has over North America is the collaboration between many artists and how tight knit the community is. That implies that the Europeans are better than the Americans because we have an advantage, which means
You could infer that, yeah. But I think
Yeah.
the point is the difference, and I think part of that, well, not the question, but the answer would be then how much difference is there between the European countries? Like, how do we see ourselves
But-
as a community?
don't we
'Cause I
first need
think
to
for
work
the-
out is there even a difference between American and European painting? Like that's the first thing I think to establish because we've got enough time to do this, right? In the meat of it.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
so
What do you think are now? What's your? I've got a sort of take on this, but what do you think?
Well, I don't think. I think style-wise, America is a bit more. It's a bit less dependent on Games Workshop, on heavy metal. Europe started the fantasy painting with heavy metal, and then in larger figures with other brands, which originated in Spain, France, and Italy, and so we have a bit of mix between the heavy metal style, very predominant, and then the very expressive or pictorial style. And I feel like in the US they are more predominantly in the pictorial style. Maybe not, but I feel like they don't have that huge community of that traditional heavy metal style.
Okay. Might have to take a quick break.
What?
You can carry on, and I'll go and look after my kid. My wife's she's not very good at looking after him without me. Apparently, did you hear him screaming?
No, not really.
Oh, you didn't. Right, he opened the door and he screamed his little heart out. You guys carry on. I assumed you heard it.
Did you pause?
No, this is not paused. I was letting the cast know the stresses of the joys.
Okay.
So So I don't know if the listeners, well, I suppose maybe viewers now will have heard, but yeah, the kid cried. It was a family emergency. If You're My Wife, and sorry for the interruption. I honestly can't even remember where we were at. We were doing North America versus Europe, and the nuances of what that means.
Yeah, with less focus on the versus bit. We were comparing the
Yeah.
basically the development and evolution of the communities, the painting communities in Europe and in European countries. And I mean, in that answer, there is also the question of like, how do the European countries vary, and how is there a definable style for like every every tiny group? But I
But
think one thing I was just thinking is essentially a lot has changed. I think with how I would perceive these communities and the larger community since what we now like refer to as social media. It's always difficult to talk about the internet as a thing because obviously the internet's been around for like 60 years in one way or another, and we've used it the way we do now for I don't know 15 years, 20 years, and then the social media apps that we use now is much younger than that. So it's the current community is actually very young. But right now, I feel like they're really that the national kind of styles and the sense of community centered around a place really isn't a thing as much anymore. So it's
yeah,
there might have been a way to define the American or North American style that I'm not really sure I could do now.
in my
Yeah.
I don't even know what I don't know their style. That's any different from like I know Eric, I know Steve the Garcia, I know Wang, I know maybe one other painter that I can remember, but I don't think there's like a plethora of American. I don't think there's enough American painters that are well known, like at that level, to have a definition on what their style is. Um, is how I feel about it. Like I know,
No, exactly, because the first question is like, okay, how many painters do we know at all? Which I mean, that's
yeah,
differs from person to person. I'm sure someone could name 30 good painters from America, but is there any way that even five of those are clearly, what's the word? Like you could define them as having one style that
Mm.
unifies them, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not
Yeah,
in the way
and
I would do with French painters or Spanish painters or Italian painters.
yeah, probably it is because of the geographical difference between Europe
Yeah.
and America, and how very close knit are the communities in Europe. Like you know exactly how many people and who are they. The Barcelona community, the Madrid community, the London community. So yeah, I guess that did a big thing for Europe. The fact that we are very close together and that we have smaller cities, or for example, in Barcelona, it's because I know the city. You can almost walk to Marc Masclan's academy from most of the city, or if you are far away, then you just take a bus, and in half an hour you are there. But in other places in America, it's more difficult to do that.
yeah. I guess you
So,
can't, right? Wow,
but
very
but
few
but
can.
also this exactly. But this is also very new. So because academies only popped up like after the pandemic in the last 5 years, more or less, and this is, I think, a much longer issue, because we had communities and very specific styles 20 years ago, and back then probably in America there was not even a hobby like we had it here, because the hobby kind of originated in Europe with GW, and then with in bigger miniatures with Andrea miniatures, and um, so we had some advantage. The fact that we had here literally the miniatures to paint, that made a huge impact on why do we have like 10 or 15 years of advantage to
And
against
also competitions and classes. I feel like
yeah.
there's been something close to what we have now for a long time. And I'm not sure that's the case in the US, which, to be fair, I'm not sure. It might be, but I feel like there's been something like the community we have now with sharing ideas uh, and as you say, a lot of different companies doing similar things. That all comes really from here.
Yeah, now they are getting their own stuff, and the workshops they see the workshops in a different way actually in the US, because it's an event. It's something really important. Here we have workshops literally every single weekend anywhere. Like you can go weekend here in London, next weekend in Spain, next weekend in France. You could do a tour with all the artists in Europe, and you would not even finish it. But in the US, it's such an event that when someone goes and does a workshop, it's like very they take it differently. They participate more. It's the energy is different. I feel like they
They care.
want it a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they care more, I
We've
guess.
had it too easy here, right? Basically.
Yeah, I can see Americans being quite engaged and excited when you have a class. And in Sweden, people kind of line up against the back wall and look the other way and then take pictures of you with their phone and just leave. No, I'm kidding. Or
It's
am I?
interesting though, because like the Americans don't have a style, which is fine. Or everything online means that you're all more or less in the same vein, right? I mean, actually, I think we're probably going through the different eras that the painting people went through, like a resistance or whatever it's called, and then another one, and then like if you go through our painting styles, I think there's been like heavy metal defined how we all painted 30 years ago, and then 15 years later we started seeing the first like N&M, and then we started seeing object source lighting, and now we've got like people doing Valet or I don't know, some famous art bullshit that looks like 2D amazing.
It also, there's very different styles in Europe. Like the predominant style in the UK it's closer to heavy metal, so everything is more smooth finishes and less ambient. While in Spain is on the contrary, it's a lot more rough, but it's a lot more ambient, a lot more pictorial. So it, we don't have a style in Europe because every community has more or less a style. The Italians have a style, the French have a style. Maybe not as much now as before.
They did 20 years
But
ago. I remember like the French style was really clearly.
yeah, exactly. And 10 years ago as well, the Spanish, with when Big Child started, the Spanish style was very
Colorful.
Yeah, very colorful, very expressive, a lot of brushstroke.
Yeah. We're all just merging. It's like the human race in 10,000 years is just going to be brown, like a lighter skin of brown. All the white people will have merged with all the brown people, and we'll all just be a mix.
Finally.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess it's going to be the same with painting, or it already has happened, basically.
If someone wants to like illuminate to us, because we don't clearly know all the painters and all the cool stuff, if anyone has a group of American painters, or Canadian or Mexican painters or painters from El Salvador or anywhere that you think are like, here's a very clearly unified style that all these people adhere to, or that reminds you of a unified style, I'd really like to see that, or sort of hear that argument. We're not here to say that that's definitely not the case, but it's an interesting point that we could all probably point to something like that in Spain 10 years ago, or France 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or Italy. I would probably potentially like to argue that there's a Swedish style, but no, we're just the few people I know, we're just kind of trying to paint like people in the UK, I think. Or each other, to be fair. Yeah, that's a style. That's how a style evolves as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, so let's get into. Are you ready for this? Okay. What the fuck is it? Okay, and that of course is the jingle for Things I hate.
Things you hate.
Things I hate.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the new. That is the new. I didn't have time to take away the background noise and amp up the the bass and all that shit. I'm not that
much better jingle than the meat of it.
Well, let's listen to the meat of it now that we've had a bit of time to digest. I'm vegetarian. I don't know. I think it's got a quaintness to it. You know, that's what I think.
Let's let the audience decide.
Yeah, right. All right, fine. I was going through actually the old jingles, and I removed quite a lot of them from Discord. I think most of the old ones have ran their course. You know, like it's been almost 3 years, 2 years, and I'll some of them are good. Some of them are just like, that gag's done now. We can move on to. I'd re-record it, come up with something new. So maybe that'll be the same with vegetarian. I mean, I'm vegetarian. So, right, where the f are we? Things I hate. Okay, so this one isn't. It's a simple one. It's not as good as the other ones, but I hate cutting my hair. Basically.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, I really like.
That's
when I had hair.
That's why
I'd leave it for 6
I'm a
months.
little confused here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cut this or this for like 6 months. It would just all grow out. This one was a little bit hard. I didn't have this much hair when I was like, admittedly, I lost my hair at like 25 or something. Or at least enough. I had hair, but it was embarrassing, So, yeah, that's why I really hate cutting my hair. And that's it.
And you mean still?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like doing it then, and I don't like doing it now, but now I have to do it like every 3 days.
Do you do it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's just...
Yeah, obviously, because it's every 3 days. You just.
Well, I didn't get my hair cut either. I had my hair cut, I think, twice in my life from a barber.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just too expensive.
Can you do it?
Spending a lot of money.
Can you do it in the shower, like with,
that's exactly
with
what
those
I do.
things that?
Yeah, that's literally what I do.
Okay.
I brush my teeth. I wash my. Well, interesting. You should talk about the shower. Okay, I've come up with a new technique.
Balls.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't wash your balls with soap. You're not meant to. So read the instructions on the thing. It's really bad for the balls. But anyway, or your asshole. You're not meant to use soap there really often either. But we do digress.
Very informative.
Yes. So I've learned a new. I think I told you this technique on now, right? I used to like in my job. I do a lot of interviews. Okay, like whenever I go on a circuit of work, I'll do a lot of interviews, and I get on planes as well to travel because not for the interviews, for life. Warhammer. I live in blah 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 blah. And what I'd find,
traveler.
yeah, sort of. I'd shower, fresh t-shirt, deodorant, soap under the armpits, right? And then I'll get off the plane and I'd wash my armpits with soap.
Yeah.
Right.
And then deodorant when they're dry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because you both look confused.
Describing and taking a shower like a normal person. Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. That's what I did for 39 years. And then I discovered, okay, I don't know how I discovered it. Oh, I'd get off the plane or I'd finish an interview, right? Like literally I'd finish the interview, I'd get out. The interview was an hour and a half. And I didn't feel particularly stressed during the interview, but I'd stink, right? And it wouldn't be like, I mean, obviously, it's, you get some people who just stink and they clearly haven't washed in like 4 days, right? And you're like, oh, fuck, that's intense. It was much more like you do stink, but it's like some weird mix of like adrenaline and hormone. I don't know what it is, right? Anyway, look, this is a bit too specific. I don't mind. Anyway, the point is, I stopped washing my armpits in the shower with soap, okay? Just a little bit of water. I'm basically telling you to try this if you suffer from this ailment. And now I don't wash it with soap anymore. So every day I'd wash it with soap, right? Without fail, I'd always wash it with soap. And then I'd use that soap to wash the rest of my body because, why waste soap? And now I don't. So I haven't washed my armpits with soap in like 7 or 8 months now. And all you do is spray deodorant. And I've never smelt better. Like there's zero...
I hear you, man. I mean, overusing soap is a real thing. You don't need to wash with soap or shower stuff every damn day.
Yeah.
I shower every day. Even that's like pushing it. Certainly if you shampoo your hair. I mean, people use too many products just generally.
Yeah, I think it just kills your... Well, I remember people I mean, it's fine. This is a miniature
It
painting
erases
podcast,
your
but...
body's natural oils and stuff. I'm far from an expert here, but I think, I think maybe we do too much soap.
If any of
There's
the
too much soap, y'all.
we definitely don't have a fan base, but it would be good if someone knew something. The trouble is when you've only got like 5 listeners and they're basically all pretty stupid, because otherwise why are you listening to this, right? So they're not going to know
Fair
more
point.
than we are, because you don't come on here to be educated. You come on here to listen and pity us, is what I think. So then
Honestly, I think our educational value has gone way up.
since we started.
I mean, for one thing, in the last 3 minutes, because of all this soap talk, I think we're really educating people.
Well, look what we've
But
given
definitely,
them. Don't eat fucking too much cheese. Like limit it to like
that's right.
a couple of, I don't know, 10 grams. 50,
That's right.
like
10% fat yogurt is fattening.
yeah, if you eat too much of it.
For anyone who didn't know that.
And donuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and donuts. Also, donuts might be bad for you, depending on what you consider to be bad. Quite
Well,
high in calorie and
we
sugar.
were eating
But
like,
for anyone who didn't know that, yeah,
it's educational. It's educational in a way that if you didn't know it, it's educational, but if you did, it's completely shit.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those outliner things.
I mean, honestly, I like an entire bachelor's degree in any subject. Same thing.
that's true.
If you knew it,
It's
where the
pointless.
fuck are you even going?
I don't think
What
you
the fuck are
learn.
we talking
Wow.
about?
But yeah, you're
This
right.
is
I
what
know.
things
You
that
are right.
Jamie
Yeah.
hates. I
Sorry.
think he
Yeah.
hates
And
things there.
hate things you hate is literally meant to be like a 45-second thing, right? That was
That was
so.
45 seconds, right?
That was like a good 5 minutes, 12 seconds or something. Can one of my listeners fact check? I wish we had listeners. I genuinely do. Like, it would be great. We could anyway. So
We should talk more to each other than to the listeners, though, right?
nah. Right. Are you ready for this? So just. Okay. So you've got this. I'm vegetarian. Okay. You've got this, and now you've got this.
I know, I think. No, I don't.
It's a really good jingle.
Grotbusters.
That's a really good jingle. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been
That's
thinking
great.
about this.
That took me a long time. That one.
Yeah.
All right.
Ready to go.
That's a lot of voice manipulation. So you understand what that is, right? That was the jingle. What I'm trying to highlight is I did 3 jingles this week.
Look, how could anyone miss the last jingle? That's perfect. That is
The production
like-
value
it
is
was a-
over the roof. Like,
Sorry, I try, and all the others have got high production value. Okay, I was slapping meat on a table.
no, that was high production value. Then you have the vegan, which is like, well, not production value at all.
What the
And
meat
then
of
this
it?
one is like,
What do you
great
think
as
of,
well.
What do you think of this one? Where's that goddamn recipe? Not as right. That's me in a. I'm
this
a
is
chef.
quite low as well.
Yeah, what?
Let's not fool ourselves.
I've got me in a restaurant cooking. I was searing. You could hear me cooking. Anyway, so are you ready, boys? Last week's Fast as a Race Car. Sorry, what's it called? Grotbusters. Let's listen to that new jingle one more time because you've not listened to it.
I know, I think. No, I don't.
Who recorded this? Did you do it?
Yeah, do you like it? With some
That's
manipulation.
really
though.
funny.
With some manipulation.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
you
I don't. I'm
become
not that a voice actor.
go.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
I think you're a much better voice actor than I knew.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's yeah. How?
I'm genuinely amazed by that jingle.
Right.
Yeah, right. So yeah, somehow he from nothing he comes up with this
I must
really
have-
amazing.
Yeah,
I
like, where
legit-
did that come from? It
like,
was
I
so
le-
good.
Legitimately spent 3 hours on that one. Like it was way too much, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I need to do meat of it." I was like, and I tried to come up right. So what were the initials for the last one? I can't actually find the
The first one is DP.
DP. Ah, okay, right. Now we have had a return of the champion, the quintessential man of this, Arnau's brother. He has emailed in. We've got.
Did Arnau's brother get all of these?
I don't want to spoil it for you boys, and I don't want to put too much pressure on you. Okay.
Mhm.
What?
No, don't we do their results at the end, or do we do them in tandem?
I'm not saying tell me the answers. I just want to
Right.
know, did he get all of them?
All right, let me check. I haven't read it. I wanted it to be a surprise for myself.
Yeah, okay, never mind that. Never mind. Don't we can just move on
Yeah,
with
well,
the,
no, I need to get the answers. So to be honest,
with the competition.
it's just not even. I mean, this is just part of the podcast, really, isn't it? You just got to deal. Right, there you go. You just got to deal with it. Just fucking deal with it. Right. Okay. So The first one is RG. It's Reboot It.
Nope.
No?
That was last week.
Right.
That was last.
All right. What's DP?
DP.
Double
DP,
penetration. Someone told me. I hadn't clocked
It can
that
also be that
myself.
Yeah.
Right, I've got a pause.
But they also look like Arnell.
So,
Yeah.
also to quickly go back to things I hate, I don't shave now with a mirror, so I've sacked that off. And you will see here, I have missed because I don't look.
When we were in Monte, you at one point took a shower, brushed your teeth, and did a video call with your daughter, all at the same time. And now I'm hearing that you can do those three and shave
And yeah, I spent a
and
long time.
potentially eat something.
I had to find a waterproof shaver. Basically, it was a good hunt.
I've seen him do a lot of stuff at the same time, like being in a meeting while driving.
That's true.
For example,
that's-
this is actually pretty common.
On a
The
laptop.
first episode you guys did for this season, you were sat outside. I remember.
Oh wow, you're right. I had no
That's
choice
true.
on that because some reason or another. So DP. Now, just leave it. Yeah, I can't remember. Nobody bloody listens anyway. Yeah.
Pod.
Oh, now.
Sorry,
What is
Drop
your?
Pod?
Yeah. You need to start writing this down because I don't trust that you think it's Drop Pod. You look more shocked. Like, what did you think it was?
Drop
Martin,
the second one, I have no clue. I'll tell you that.
You question. Okay.
The third
No,
one,
maybe
I
maybe I shouldn't have just said the answer just then.
Yeah.
I was so excited that I knew what
yeah.
it was.
So did you get the joke though? Because it's no one listens to Drop the Podcast.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
good. That's
Right.
a really and it's
And-
meta because this is a podcast.
So Marky Mark.
It's meta.
Oh, it's Mark with a C. He also likes
Hmm.
cats. He got it right. That's the first one. And Paul from our Discord also got it right. So they are, all of us are 1 for 1. Now, the second one is DE, okay? And it says, I can't see him, look. And then I can't see him. And then the other bloke goes, look, the old man's right there.
That I have no clue.
The old man's right there. It's dark. I can't see him. It's old. DE. What's an old, like a word for an old person?
Elder?
Yeah.
Eldar?
Yeah.
Dark
DE.
Eldar?
Dark Elder.
Ah,
He's in the dark. It's Dark Elder.
It's a dark elder. I like that.
So Mark got that right,
That-
and Paul got that right.
It's difficult, but it's good. It's good.
I think that today's I've added a bit too easy. Right. The last one is S. He did what? He put the lizard in the oven.
I think I know that.
Well, Martin doesn't. This could be your time to equal the score with him if you get this right. You'll be neck and neck because he's winning by 1.
Yeah, I don't actually know this at all. Or
It's
now?
S.
Salamanders?
It's salamanders.
Wow.
Because a salamander
Wait,
is a
so what's
flaming
the
lizard, a
lizard in-
hot lizard.
Okay.
It's more
Okay,
literal
sure.
in this case. It's less a wordplay and more
I like
lizard
to
on fire, basically.
keep them on their toes. Salamanders.
That's good.
Yes, and Mark got them 3 for 3. Fucking Paul got them 3 for 3. So he did also
Jesus.
he did also
Yeah,
say the
that's
Return
incredible.
of the King in the title, which is obviously himself, and probably a wordplay knowing that I hate Lord of the Rings films, except for the first one.
I told him that.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
smart guy. He's a very smart guy. And he
That's
said
an incredibly controversial statement to just.
that could be a meat of
casual-
it if you want.
I've
It's
not
fine.
I've not heard of it. Well, it should be an entire season's worth of meat of it.
It's yeah.
I'm
It's a
possibly a
box that
fight
I don't know.
I feel
I
quite
don't know if
strongly
you want
about
to
it as
open
well.
that box.
I feel very strongly about it. Right, so
What did you say now?
That I don't know if you want to open that box.
it will ruin the films for you, I think.
I'll open it and put a hand grenade in it, and then close it and
Like
drop it into
Arnell,
the ocean.
can you watch the films in the same way since you now know what I know?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
What do you know?
Well, I told you all the things, my views on it. How Gimli's comic relief.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Right. So this week's the first letter is H. Okay.
8. Okay.
Now the interesting thing is I've only written down the initials. I have forgotten to add I think I've got it. Right, so I hardly wins anything, me.
Sorry, repeat.
I hardly wins anything, me. It's an accent. It's a.
I don't think I understand that.
I hardly wins anything, me. It's not an Orc accent. It's a Scot. It's not a great accent. It's a. I hardly wins anything, me. He's saying while scratching a scratch card.
What language are you using?
It's English. Hold on. Right, here you go. That's the bloody clue, right? I'll put it in the. It's I hardly wins anything, me.
Why the me at the end?
Because that's the way they talk from up north.
Ah, right.
I hardly wins anything, me. Yeah. All right. You got it? That was H for Hutba. It's actually for hotel. C, okay, which is Charlie. C. I gave Pippin the dessert, and when he dropped it, he said, "Oh dear." That's it. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the letter C.
C. I gave Pippin the dessert, and when he dropped it, he said, "Oh dear. Oh dear."
Okay.
O.
Yeah.
O. The letter, just the O.
Yes.
Awkward sods turned up late.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. We have some work to do.
These aren't meant to be
this
easy.
will-
These, I'll give you a tip.
definitely
Okay.
a week's worth of
These are all basically all plays on words. So like you had like
kind of the
but you
whole
had
competition.
you had like the I don't want to get it. It might be too easy if I give you too many tips. But yeah, I'll put those in the bloody group so people don't have to even listen to it. It's more of a fight, but then I won't forget and everyone won't bloody nag me. So that's it. That's this week, Grotbusters. So the score now. Oh shit! Yeah, if I do that, then no one can see the video. So the score now is we're tied, right? It's literally neck and neck between the two champs.
Yeah.
So at the end of the season, you'll have a winner between you two. And currently,
Well, surely
yeah,
my brother
because
will
Mark
win,
now
obviously.
has almost 100%.
he literally has 100%. But he also missed a week. So if you're going to do it on that basis, he's got 6 points and you've both got like 7.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I think maybe he would have gotten them all if he didn't.
Yeah, but that's his own.
if
He has to.
wasn't
You
on
can't
your
not
show.
punish him. It's be like it's his. It's his fault for missing a. Who misses a show? Do you know what I mean? This should be the first thing in your calendar. You should pretty much drop everything as soon as you see this drop. Do you know what I mean? Be like, oh, I'm going to the. I can't come to the funeral.
He had a whole week to listen to the episode, and
No, he
put
did
down his-
listen.
even worse.
That's actually. Oof, I might have to ban him. Can we ban specific listeners? So that is this week's.
So we're down to 3 listeners if you do that.
yeah, because we already lost one last week. Yeah, true. It's tough. It's tough. But yeah. So Grotbusters 3D hype, things I hate. Would you rather? Yeah. Do you know what? We've sort of covered everything. We've got a bit of time. We could actually possibly cover some of the optional things.
Wow. Mind blowing.
How's the Eldar project going?
Well, in just so the viewers know, right? The reason why we are so refreshed right now, my son lost his. He broke his collarbone like 2 days ago, and he was with his mum. But he decided, you know what, Dad is better in multiple things, and I want to see him. Anyway, he kicked off. He really kicked off, like red in the face, screaming. So we had to cancel the show. But then these two guys had a good idea and said, no, we can record later. So we've had like a 4-hour break, right? And I have to say, I do feel quite a lot more. But then again, I had him banging on the door for like 20 minutes. So my perception on. But that is why we are now so. And also why for the video, if you do watch this on YouTube, you'll see that we went from daytime to dark, which is a bit of an indication. So yes, we literally.
Yeah, both me and Arnau spent that entire time painting.
No.
Yep.
If
basically.
anyone
Well,
is
and
wondering about our commitment and
I almost don't believe that.
focus,
That's insane.
that's entirely true.
well, I
think-
actually ate and played video games as well.
I know what I said, Arnau. God damn it.
I mean, right, yes. So the Elder Project. I can only put down this new sort of excitement to painting down to our podcast of us talking and spending time. I'm surrounding myself with people who like painting, I guess, right? And I don't have that exposure otherwise. So I don't know quite what's happening. I guess when we finish, I don't just go and paint straight away. So I don't quite know how to get over that line where I do actually have a theory here. On my painting desk, I've got 6 models that need repairing. So I've got all the plastic bits. So that's actually quite fun. And I've got 90 Guardians that need basing. I've already done the flock. I've super glued. I've done the first. I've done multiple layers of snakebite brown. Now I just need to dry brush, bleach, bone, and white. Right, so fine. And then some grass stickies. And then I've got basically I've got a lot of like admin that I need to do, which I do want to do. I am semi excited to do it. I've got to do a load of bases, magnetize them. So, but I've ran out of sand. Okay, so it's a big problem, and I don't know where to get sand from. Probably a sand pit, to be honest.
Everywhere, eBay is. I mean, I know the sand you can get from literally everywhere, but
You have to buy
It's
it. do you?
weird. It's really weird to buy sand. It is
Yeah,
a very strange thing to do.
weird to
But
buy
I've done
sand.
it many times and in
well,
different places.
But I could
it
buy like a
depends on
kilo
what
for
type of
like.
sand.
You could. So what I did once, and I never have to do it again. I went to an aquarium store, which is it's exactly that. It's just a store that sells fish and things to put in aquariums, and they sell
Yeah.
sand, and you can choose. They've got big
Like dirt
big
cheap,
bins
right?
with
Like
sand.
extremely
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah, and it costs
Yeah.
nothing at all. I bought so little of it that they didn't know what to charge me, and that was, I mean, a lifetime supply for our needs.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's just like they sell it by the kilo. And I bought, and they had different grains, which is
You can
why
mix them maybe, right?
that's. Yeah, if you want, or I think I got the second finest, but that was good because then you know it's not full of cat poop and other
Oh, from
uh,
on the street or something.
pollutants. Yeah, if you got it in like a sand
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and if it's moist or
the
something.
ground, or yeah,
Oven
exactly,
it.
moist, or and also if you got it on the beach, that's pretty good. But you'll get little twigs and
Some creatures
glass
probably.
and
Yeah.
entire
I mean,
needles and things.
GW were actually quite clever in branding. They'd put sand in a box, put in obviously the plastic box, and sell it for £8. I mean, that is money for old rope. Like you are really like that's a markup of extreme measures.
I'm surprised more people don't do it. Like a lot of these bullshit hobby companies just don't sell sand.
There's a lot of companies that sell sand.
Yeah, now that I said that, I heard myself say it, and yeah, there's a billion
No,
companies that do exactly that.
So I did
Never
look
mind.
I looked at some places.
That racket is well and is running well.
One place I looked at, in fairness, and I don't really have eBay here, so just so you know, it's like it's bullshit. But that's besides the point, isn't it? So yes, I need sand, but I need the avatar. I think I go through it. I really want to paint Eldrad, and then I really want to paint another thing. And I see the avatar, and I'm like, I fucking want to paint the avatar. So, I'm sitting on the fence somehow at the moment. I'm not putting, So in the past, you didn't ask, but yeah, I was doing the stats website, which I showed you. I was doing the TTS map, right? And I was spending like 6 hours a day on these things. I was fully like, and I think I'm possibly in the kind of recover mode after that, if that makes sense, because I did that for like 8 months. I was doing the TTS like full on, loving it, and I haven't touched either of them now for about 2 weeks probably. So I do think I'm just slightly in, when you have a lull where you've finished a project, and so both those things were, and there's still more to do on them, but I just don't have that passion right now for them. But I can feel myself getting drawn more to painting. So I hope it's that.
Think that when you have a hype like this, if you don't feed it, it fades. So it's like you are sitting on a porch outside your home,
with a
and
beer and a shotgun.
Yeah, exactly, and the little thing in your mouth, like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
little,
And a straw hat.
and
Playing
then
banjo.
yeah, and then you see an avatar painted running in front of you, and an Eldrat painted running in front of you. If you don't grab them, they'll go away.
Yes,
So
I get what you're saying. So I should
You
grab
know.
it, in other words. But I basically need to forcibly force myself then, like to actually start, is what we're saying.
it's a barrier that you have to break, because the first moment of painting is always the most difficult. I always have in my wall here in front of me this quote: "Do just a little bit," because when I can't paint, when I have this wall that I cannot even start or pick up the brush, I think I'll just do
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I don't know. No, it's not even a time thing. I'll just do the nose. I'll just do a finger. I'll just do anything, just a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I did 20 minutes today.
Did that
just
turn
by
into
that,
like 8
entire
hours or
day.
something?
No, but
Exactly.
I had a weird gap from doing one thing and doing another thing. I needed to wait for because I had my fuck up with my appointment.
Yeah.
But I had 20 minutes at my desk, and I was literally thinking what Arnau just said now. It's like, this is no time at all. I can't get anything done in 20 minutes, or I can get something done in 20 minutes, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
perception.
Yeah.
And I did just a little bit of like a blendy blend and a little thing on a one shoulder pad.
But it makes you
Just a
feel
little something.
top up. So for this avatar,
Yeah.
right, I'm thinking a black undercoat, and I'm thinking a red undercoat, and then I'm thinking that might not work because I want to fill the cracks with bright lights.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. Do I do black undercoat with red and then airbrush the areas that I want to be brighter? No, I've got conflicting. No. I felt like that's fine.
Honestly, I think Arnau knows this kind of the kind of painting and this kind of miniature better.
If you want to do more or less what we talked about, which is a very incandescent thingy,
Yeah, molten
you
lava.
start with white. Yeah, you start with white, and then you always do the weakest color first, which is yellow. You do yellow because yellow will.
Yeah, you
It's
can't.
not
You
possible
can't do
to
it.
get it
Yeah.
exactly. So you do the yellow in the recesses, in the deep cracks, and then if you wanted to do it quick, you could do it dry brushing.
No,
So
I want to respect
I know,
this model.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
I know, but it's very illustrative. If you put yellow and then you dry brush the whole model in orange, and then you dry brush a bit less with red, and then you dry brush a little bit less with black, you will have the same effect. Obviously, poorly painted because it's dry brushing, but that's what you want. You want to go from inside out. So you want to paint first
The classic way of painting fire, basically.
Exactly the cracks with yellow, and then go outside, paint orange, go outside, paint red, go outside, paint black, and then you can highlight the black with gray. But
God damn, that's a brain shag. That is. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. Painted backwards. Like most of it is going to be darker though, so you'll spend a lot. No,
obviously, but you don't paint the whole thing in yellow. You just paint the things that you need, and then you target your stuff.
So it means that the black parts will be painted by hand, basically, but it will be a lot easier because the coverage on black is so high, right? It won't be
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You do realize now that's the first time we've spoken about painting sincerely. In like 4 or 5 years or whatever it is.
Maybe not the first time that we talked about this, but the first time that you listened to it.
Yeah, probably.
In a sense
right.
that you need to.
Yeah, like
I think we talked about. I mean, we kind of did a class, right, in Nottingham.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't there. Lionel was
I
the
know.
one who was. Yeah, I couldn't give a shit. Like I just wasn't in that place. Whereas Lionel was the guy who was.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He really.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I can visualize myself trying to do that. So go inside out is it means you have to know what you're going to paint before you paint it, which is a bit weird. That is really weird.
Imagine if you knew more or less what you wanted to do.
I mean, yeah, I need to get my head around that. I guess I've got an idea. I want it to be,
or just do it. Just start painting. Getting your head around
Just
it might
try
be
it.
more of a mindfuck than
Exactly.
something
Thinking
helpful.
about it too much is bad.
Yeah.
I'd like to have
I think do what Arnaud says as much as you can understand it. I do think it makes a lot of sense to paint it that way.
I'd like to have some plan before.
You can write down the stages if that helps.
Uh,
But like you won't be able to see or even
Yeah,
like, understand exactly what it's going to look like until you do it.
until you do it, yeah.
but how do you do it then? Visualize it before, because you've done it so many
No,
times.
well, I mean, obviously I did it many times, but I don't know exactly how it will look until I do it. You know, you don't know where the orange layer will end and where the the red will start. You don't know that, and probably you will fuck up first.
Exactly.
Because that's very
you'll
very
probably
normal.
have to try, and you want to go back and neaten it up
You
and
will
change it
for
a little
sure.
bit.
Exactly, you will for sure go back and forth. That's completely normal.
Interesting. So, I am like the avatar, and the good thing about the avatar is I don't need it for gaming. It's shit in the game at the moment, so it is purely because I would like to paint this model basically. A part of me though also wants to paint exactly like the old version, but I don't think that will scale up. I don't think yellow and red on a scale on a 18 centimeter model would work. But yes, that's the Elder well the real Elder project, aka recreating the 3rd edition army. Yeah, at the moment it's not. It's a no-go kind of thing. I'll probably do some Storm Guardians that I've created, 1 unit, but they're black already, so they're pretty easy to do. So yeah, I mean the Elder project is a constantly evolving. That is a thing that we will always do. I suppose so we're an hour and a half in now. Do we really want to start Rebel Moon, or do we want to stave it?
We don't have time for Rebel Moon this week, unfortunately.
Because it will be like a
for all of our
40-minute discussion, right? Maybe an hour.
Yeah. Also, we've got 90 minutes of podcast already.
Yes.
So for all our eager listeners, you might have to wait just 1 more week.
When we start a Patreon, that will be a Patreon in itself, right?
Yeah.
To do the
just an episode.
Yeah, to support Rebel Moon. Well, I mean that does conclude the rather enjoyable episode. I'm glad you got to hear the new Grotbusters. I'm slightly.
I know. I think. No, I don't.
I'm slightly annoyed
It's
that
like
you think
Hollywood stuff.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I guess I'll have to start redoing all my jingles, basically. Is
Pretty
that
much.
one more enjoyable than the other ones?
It's
This is
better than the one where you just said I'm a
Vegetarian.
vegetarian, but it's not better than the ones that involve your children because they're great and
Yeah,
part
I
of
mean,
the cultural fabric of this podcast.
I do like Fast as a Race Car. Hold on, let me choose.
Father race car.
Admittedly,
That's not
bit
that's not
loud.
yeah, I need
offensive.
to. I can change that
That's
in the.
perfect.
I will. I'll lower that sound. Well, thank you all, guys. Thank you all the oiks that are listening, and God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Good. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, and we've still got the Discord.